some people claimed that GamerGate supporters engaged in or supported harassment as a general matter. What did you think of this claim, and do you think that's accurate?
I certainly did not during Gamergate, but I do believe there must have been a handful of really bad actors. And I don't mean that like oh there was a group of like 100 people who did some awful thing. I'm pretty sure I remember I think from Gamergate that there was a guy who did all the awful doxing basically to cause as much chaos as possible. I don't remember his name, but
Who?
I do remember
Well,
him
I
being.
might know them actually. I know the Bill Waggoner Crew tried to dox a bunch of
Yeah,
people, and like the GNAA.
yeah, Bill Wagner Crew and these people. Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
actually
there were
doxed me.
definitely those. Yeah, they definitely existed back then. They definitely did that, and
Though
it
they
was
were.
funny because
Sorry, go ahead.
what they did was blamed on us. I remember that as well.
Yeah, yeah. They weren't like pro GG though. They were sort of like their own thing.
They were there to cause chaos. They were basically there to just make things worse for everyone. Yeah. I think they got a kick out of the fact that they doxed and harassed people, and then the rest of us got all blamed for it.
Yeah, well,
For
even
that.
so, I've interviewed some of the trolls actually, two of them. Um, Teridax, he's one of the third-party trolls actually I've interviewed. He basically says that it wasn't his intention necessarily to get Gamergate blamed for when he harassed people, but he says that he delighted in seeing it happen. But it wasn't
Yes.
like he wasn't like going in like I can't wait to blame the Gamergate people. You know, it was just like it happened and hey, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. People who just want to see a fire burn, basically.
Well, he calls himself the Joker. Um, he's got a
What a
Joker
laugh.
poster behind him in the interview I did with him.
Ugh.
He's still a troll to this
Ugh.
day. Actually, he's not really reformed.
I hate that word, by the way.
Yeah.
Reformed, when people use that.
Why do you hate it?
Uh, in the social media context, because it's so weird. Like, reformed. Reformed from what?
Well,
I have to
I
ask you.
guess I guess like because like a normal person wouldn't be like
Yeah.
sticking their dick inside of a turkey and posting pictures of it on social media or like sending people death threats.
Ah! Oh, you mean in that sense? Yeah, no, I encountered that word a lot. It's a weird one. Yeah, but we might get into that one later. Yeah. No, that definitely wasn't like we were. I was not part of a harassment campaign.
No, I wasn't
I
either.
don't think. It was, yeah, I wasn't going out there getting people's phone numbers, calling people, doxing people, trying to get people swatted, shit like that. Most of my tweets were like, yeah, yeah, they're like the not my shield thing that you remember. There was no harassment in any of it. It was actually kind of wholesome almost.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree at all. By the way, Not Your Shield changed at least one person's mind. A man in maroon who I've interviewed, he says that he was going in very skeptical of Gamergate, and then he saw Not Your Shield, and he changed his view. He said if there's this
It's what it,
many he said if there's this many minorities and women speaking out and saying that, hey, look, the media is misrepresenting this, that there must be something going on here, and he looked into it further and ended up joining Gamergate, quote unquote.
it's later in particular, like looking from the YouTuber perspective, it's what other people then later used to do with it. Like we definitely harass people on the YouTube corner of things, especially going into like late 2015, 2016. Initially, people were not really keen on that, but then, yeah, I have to be very honest about that. We did do that.
So when you say harass people, like what did you do?
I do remember making a video where I called a trans woman creator a man, and I have to be very frank about that. This is not because I believed that she was a man, but I did that out of spite, out of malice. Very clearly. And I think that a lot of the content that people made, especially in the 2016 era, was sort of driven by that malice, by that kick out of bullying someone, basically. It definitely became a corner of online bullies in 2016.
Yeah,
At least the YouTubers that were
I
part
think
of it.
YouTube. I think YouTube kind of. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it bullying because like I'm a pretty pro free speech.
Mhm.
But I think that YouTube politics for a long time was really toxic, and maybe it still is. I mean, it probably still is.
I carved out my own corner. I don't have any of these problems anymore with people. But it's, well, I do, but yeah, it's a different story. But yeah, it was unproductive speech, I would guess, put it. You can still call it free speech. You can still defend that it should exist, but it was definitely unproductive. It didn't serve any purpose.
Thank you for watching another GamerGate book video segment. For 30 days, starting on December 9th, I'm running a Kickstarter campaign for this project, so please back the campaign for the people of GamerGate on Kickstarter or at GamerGateBook.com. This project investigating and documenting the history of GamerGate from a variety of perspectives requires your support, and I appreciate it. Thank you.